Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? Hey, I can get away with that. I got some brown in my blood, okay? She says I shouldn't do the Indian accent. What do you guys think? So, I hear you guys want to know what's in my backpack. Well, in that case, stay tuned. What's going on, guys? I made a video going over what's in my backpack back when I was in plastic surgery residency, and I had a different backpack. I had obviously very different things in that backpack, so check that out if you want the surgery resident focus edition. This is gonna be my current setup in 2020, now that I'm doing the whole physician entrepreneur thing. All right, so first off, the backpack. I'm glad it has it written on the back because it's very hard to remember. It's the Low Pro Fast Pack BP 250 AW Mark II. It's kind of rolls off the tongue like that. I really enjoy this backpack for a lot of reasons. It has very much replaced my old North Face from that first video. This has 3 main compartments, and you're gonna see why it's better suited to someone who may be more digital in their productivity setup. So the good news is this is a very affordable backpack. I got this for less than $100. And the reason I transitioned to this is because most of my workflow is digital. I no longer carry textbooks like I had to in med school, whether that was first aid or other textbooks. I don't have papers. If I ever do have papers, there's usually just a couple that I loosely keep in one of these compartments, which we'll cover. If you're primarily digital like I am, then I think this is a fantastic backpack, comfortable, versatile, and let's get into it. So first compartment, of course, we have the laptop compartment here. And in the laptop compartment, I have my laptop. This is a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Got it earlier this year. And I have this Tom Tuck laptop sleeve. I like this sleeve a lot. I used it with my old 15-inch MacBook Pro because it has these really, this thick cushion and padding, which is nice because I don't actually have a case or anything on my MacBook Pro. And then over here, in this sleeve, I can keep USBs and then adapters because, hashtag dongle city. And unfortunately, there's no SD card reader, so I need my SD card USB-C thing. And that's nice and good. And the other thing that goes in here is my Kindle. This is definitely my favorite purchase under $100 that I've spoken about on another video. And I actually got this on Craigslist for like 40 bucks. This is the Paperwhite, one of the old editions. It makes reading so seamless and reduces the friction. I found myself reading 4 to 6 books per month, up from a couple per year before that. So the other thing in this compartment, I have sometimes put my iPad plus my iPad Pro in here when I'm traveling. Usually I don't bring my iPad Pro for most things, but if you really need to, you can put laptop, iPad Pro, and a Kindle in here without issue. Next up, we have this top compartment. Now this top compartment is not really structured, it's kind of loose. And in here I have this cable organizer. Cable organizer is gonna keep all the cables for my MacBook Pro. So this is the, power stuff, and then USB-C, Thunderbolt, micro USB, and things like that. By the way, links to everything down in the description. A glasses case, because if I'm not wearing my contacts, I am super blind. And I have some, wet wipes, one for my hands, one for my tushy, because it is better that way. And then a power brick. This is the only power brick I use when I'm out and about. I do not use my MacBook Pro charger, like the actual Apple one, even though that one will charge your MacBook Pro at full speed. This one does partial speed, but the convenience, I have 4 USB-A's here and a USB-C in a single tight form factor. The convenience wins out for me. Oh, and this thing. This is during COVID, my girlfriend got me this to open doors and press elevator buttons so I don't have to use my hands. So a little sanitary procedure. Let me put this on my keychain actually. I normally keep my wallet right in this compartment. I have some pens. I like the super fine stuff. This is a Mitsubishi pen. Did not know that Mitsubishi made pens. Uniball, Signo 0.28. And then these are probably my favorites because these are super cheap. The Pilot G2 0.38s. Like at every hospital, these are some of the most common pens because with a smaller tip, with a finer tip with your pen, you can write quicker and faster and smaller. So very popular amongst med students and doctors alike. And then of course, a slim power brick, which fits nicely in this pocket, as well as a little cable to charge my phone with it. Now going off into this zipper right here, I keep a few things. Number one, now I have masks on masks, given COVID. Funny thing, I actually had these N95 masks before COVID because I'm on infliximab, which means if someone has tuberculosis and I get infected with tuberculosis, that's very not good. So I would always carry around N95 masks even before COVID, and I'd be the dude that would sometimes throw on an N95 mask on a plane if someone nearby was coughing, because DGAF. Got some earplugs for sleeping. I have these foam tips for my AirPod Pros because I'm all about noise isolation, and the silicone tips do a decent job isolating, and then you have the noise cancellation on top. But if you get foam tips, they do an even better job. So I got this from Alibaba Express or AliExpress, and these cancel out more of the noise, have some replacements in case I have issues while I'm out and about. And then a USB, like 32 gig USB drive. All right, next we have this small pocket up front for miscellaneous items. I have no idea what these are or how they got in there. I have a sleep mask with some earplugs. I have like obsessed over sleep over the last several years, and this mask is contoured, which makes a huge difference. It doesn't actually touch your eyelids when you're trying to sleep. And it comes with this nice little container for your earplugs as well. So this has been super clutch while I'm traveling, because sometimes hotels, you got rowdy kids running around the halls or whatnot. Damn, I'm turning into an old man, but these help a lot. Oh yeah, the lady got me some graphite hand sanitizer, which smells really good. But I also have this other hand sanitizer here for quick access while I'm out and about if I don't want to open my backpack. My AirPod Pros, of course, some lip balm with SPF. And what I do for sunscreen, I have two sunscreens in here. One is for face, that's tinted, and one is for body. The reason I keep it in these smaller containers, I think I got this from some hotel and I just stripped off the label and reused these containers, is because these are small enough. Sometimes the sunscreen bottles are too large. They pass the 4-ounce limit, and then they must be kind of bulky too. So I use these instead, and I'll refill them before any long trip. And then I have some of these, like, you know, temporary toothbrushes to clean my teeth, some Tylenol, some Vaseline, another mask, just in case, some musician's earplugs. I have a lot of these just laying around. And that's about it. All right, last, we're in the most versatile section of the actual backpack. This is the photography section, which can be used for photography, obviously, and I do that when I'm traveling with my camera, but oftentimes I'm not. So first, in this small zip, this is where I keep like some lens wipes. If I'm traveling, I'll have my passport here because this is more secure. So this zips up, and then you can clip this down as well. So I'm less worried about someone stealing my passport when I'm traveling abroad. In here, we have the photography compartment. Now, up here, we have some pockets for SD cards. I'm always strapped with my SD cards because you never want to run out of those. And this part, you can actually customize. They have different dividers. And if I am traveling without photography, I'm going to the city, friend's place for a couple nights, I will take these out completely. So just like that, I can take these out completely, and now I have a big empty pocket. I don't even need to bring a duffel bag. I can take all that I need, toiletries, clothes, and electronics, and the cables, all in this one backpack, which I think is super nifty. With the dividers in, I can actually fit my camera with my drone without issue, and an additional lens. Or if I'm not bringing my drone, I can bring like one of those Gorilla tripods, extra batteries, things like that. I never feel the need for a bigger backpack or need to carry more things. So one last thing, the water bottle. This is really important to me. I drink a lot of water, and having a pocket like this where the water bottle is easy to access is important to me. And I talk about water bottles a lot because I've done a lot of experimentation. I started with one of these. This is a Nalgene 40 or 50 ounce. I mean, all the markings have rubbed off because I've had this since med school. And super awesome water bottle, durable, cheap, like $10 or less on Amazon. The issue is that even though it's BPA free, I did more research on BPA and these different plastics. And even though it doesn't have BPA, it can have some similar derivatives that are still not ideal if they leach into your water from a health perspective. So I no longer do that, and now I prioritize metal. So gotta have a loop to carabiner this in so it doesn't fall out. I like big water bottles. I drink a lot of water. So I got the Takea 40 ounce insulated metal, except for this part, of course, but holds 40 ounces, which is important to me. And then this thing opens like that. It protects the mouthpiece because I don't want the mouthpiece to be exposed to the elements. I have a nice clean canteen. You know, this one looks really nice, but I'm not as big of a fan. First of all, this is only, I think, 30 ounces. It's definitely less than the Takea. And when you open this top, it's not as convenient. This kind of flips around. You're like driving, trying to drink, getting in your face. And they have different tops, so you could also grab a top like this. So with a top like this, cool, you got a wide mouth opening. And the issue now is that your mouth is touching, as you drink, your mouth is now gonna touch an exposed part, the lid, rather than having the mouthpiece that's covered. So I don't use this really as much. This is like a backup water bottle. This is now my current favorite water bottle and what I'm always traveling with. I got this at Costco, but you can find it online as well. And then lastly, from a comfort perspective, you have the waist strap over here, which you can actually remove if you don't want it. I'm usually carrying a lot of stuff in my backpack, so it helps. And you have these straps to tie it around luggage, like your luggage handle, so it doesn't fall off. The reason I'm really happy with this setup is that regardless of whether I'm going to my infusion and bringing my backpack, or I'm not really going out anyplace else to study these days, I'm not going to libraries or coffee shops. But if I need to just go somewhere locally, for a couple nights, one night, or just for the day to study, this satisfies all my needs. It has all the things in there that I would need, my laptop, my chargers, etc. And then when I'm traveling overseas or for extended periods, I can pack in some more stuff, all my camera stuff, and then all I need to do is bring an extra bag that has all my clothes in it. I have not checked in a piece of luggage in years. I just travel with my backpack, my personal item, and one carry-on. And that's it. Life is so much simpler that way. You don't need as much as you think you do when you're traveling anyways. All right, guys, let me know if you found that video helpful. If you haven't already, check out my other What's in My Backpack video. Much love, and I will see you guys in that next one.